What's up, FOA Squad? I'm Anthony, and welcome to our channel, Life with Anthony. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Happy Thursday to you guys. All right, guys, today I'm going to be answering some questions I post on our community page. Once again, if you are not in tune with our community page, do check it out. All right, so I asked you guys to send me some questions, and you guys sent me a whole lot of questions. So I'm gonna try to answer as many as I can, and excuse the wind. It's a really nice breeze going on, so I'm not complaining about it. I am really enjoying it. But let's get into these questions and answers. The first question comes from Juliet, and Juliet asks, when do you think that you will plan a trip to Australia to see your tennis matches? Hopefully this upcoming one in January 2023, Julie. It's going to be a really pricey trip because I plan on staying there for at least 2 weeks. So you're talking about lodging, you're talking about buying all the tickets to a few matches, as well as being able to get out and about and see other parts of Melbourne and surrounding areas. So hopefully, I'll get my coins together and I'll be able to make that 2023 Australian Open in January. What does your mom think of your new life living in the car, and how is she doing? That also was from Julie. My mom is doing okay. I just was down there over the weekend and spent a little bit of time with her. And I always tell my mother, one day at a time, mother. That's all you can do. That's all of us can do, is take one day at a time. Thanks for asking about my mom, Julie. And what does your mom think about your new life living in a car? It's not exactly new to her because she was well aware that I lived in my minivan for over 2 years. So it's not new. I think the biggest thing with my mom is to make sure and to know that I'm okay. And she now watches my videos, so it's just another way for her to check in on me and see that I'm okay. The next question is from Nicole Clark, and Nicole asks, once you get your passport, where is the first place that you are going to visit? Okay, if it depends on how things pan out, because my buddy and I have been talking about taking a cruise out of Baltimore to Bermuda, and because he's not ready to fly yet. So my passport is due back mid-September. So when I get my passport and I reach out to my buddy and say, okay, I got my passport, when do you want to take this cruise? If he does not give me a firm answer at that moment, my first trip is going to be to Mazatlan, Mexico. I have been looking at that place for about 8 months now. A lot of Americans go over there to live. It's a very beautiful place. The cost of living is low, and it just almost seems like a good alternative to go over and retire at, or to just go over and live there anyway. And I wanna check it out. I want to check it out. It's called, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, Mazatlan, Mexico. So it's either going to be a cruise or it's going to be there. Nicole asks also, do you plan on visiting other states in the U.S.? I do. I find myself going to the same city and states, and mainly because those are places that I really enjoy. But I would like to go to Arizona, some part of Arizona, some part of Tennessee, Maine, Rhode Island, and probably some other ones that I can't think of right offhand. So I do plan on doing that, Nicole. The next question is from Flango, and Flango asks, do you ever see yourself getting another part-time job? Absolutely yes. I don't know when, but that was part of the whole master plan, to get my car paid off, save a certain amount of money in my savings account, so that I can quit my full-time job and get a part-time job. Now, mind you, the whole launch and takeoff of our community and our channel came as a surprise, and it gave me the opportunity to, so far, not have to work. But if I do get a part-time job, it's mainly going to be because I want something to do. something with a little bit of stability. You know, I am a person of stability. I like to have a home front. And, you know, this would just give me, but I don't know. I want to really wait and see how the rest of this year go and how my YouTube earnings go, because the hiatus is over. It's over, you know, and moving forward is I'm going to get a real idea of, you know, a real idea of, you know, my potential earnings for YouTube. So I do plan on just waiting the rest of this year out, see where I am then, and then make a decision. Hopefully I will never have to get a part-time job because I need one, but because I want one. The next question comes from Thrifty Simplicity. And Thrifty Simplicity asks, what tips do you have for remaining positive during hard times? Let's see. I would say the number one tip would be to believe that nothing is permanent. You know, nothing lasts forever. I think that if you're in whatever type of hard time situation, whether it's your job, a relationship, or other things, is to remain calm, relax, because in hard time situations, people tend to panic and they don't think straight. So I would say, remember this, nothing lasts forever, nothing is permanent. Number two is try to relax and calm down and think things through, because we think better when we are not in a frazzled state of mind. So I think that would be my best tips. And just try to be a positive person altogether, you know, because I really think I'm a positive person. So if I get in a hardship situation, hopefully my positiveness will overrule and help me to calm down and relax and think things through and work things through. The next question comes from I Still Be Talking, and I Still Be Talking ask, do you feel like you have true freedom since you live in your car and you quit your job? I absolutely do. I do. I feel like I own the day. I'm not going to go so far as to say I feel like I own my life, because any and everything can happen at any given time. But I want to add another question that's related to this question that I forgot to write down, and a few of you did ask this question, and that is, how do I fill my day out now that I'm not working? You know, I now have an additional 8 hours to fill out, and how do I fill that out? Okay, the very first thing that I immediately noticed when I quit my job is that, and this is to me the biggest change or difference, so to speak, is I now don't have to rush to do things. It's like I can take my time. I'm not time restricted. Like when I was working and I had to go to work from 3:30 to 11:30, I had a certain number of hours that I had to get things done. Whether it was to film my videos and process them, whether it was to do laundry, go to the gym, whether it was to hang out at the library, because I am the type of person that I like to have at least an hour and a half to 2 hours time before I have to be at work. I don't like busying myself around and then have to go straight to work. So that even made less time for me to get my daily things done. So that's the biggest thing that I realize now, or notice, that I can take my time. If I wanted to make a cooking video, I can now actually make a cooking video at cooking time. You know, like 5 o'clock in the evening, and post it and everything. Whereas before, if I wanted to make a cooking video and if it wasn't on the weekend, or I had to make the video like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 in the morning, 12 o'clock noon. So I really feel like I have control over my day and when I do certain things in my day. And that's the biggest change that I noticed immediately after I quit my job. All right, the next question is from D. Fashaw, and D. Fashaw asks, what was the last movie you saw and what was your review? The last movie I saw was Where the Crawl Dogs Sing, and it was about a young lady that was accused of murder, and they went through the whole trial thing. I liked the movie. But I was kind of disappointed at the ending of the movie because I wanted something, without giving it away, I wanted something to be revealed. I had an idea of it, but I wanted them to confirm it for me, and they did not do that. So that's why I take points off and I'll give it about a C+. But I do recommend going seeing it. It was an interesting movie, but just beware of the ending. All right, the next one is from Fallon Davis, and Fallon Davis asks, oh, wait a minute. No, excuse me. Fallon Davis asks, are you going on any more road trips before the summer ends? All right, let me quickly go over my upcoming travel plans because I do have some. I'm going back to the campground on July the 29th for 4 days from Friday to Tuesday, July 29th through August the 2nd. And then I am so excited because my next trip is going to be, after that, is August the 12th, I think, through the 19th. It's 7 whole days. My sister has a timeshare down in Manassas, Virginia. I think that's how you pronounce it, Manassas. And she finally is allowing me a week down there, and it's already booked, paid for, and I am so excited and ready to go. So I'll be doing that a week after the camping trip. And then after that, we'll pretty much be close to September. I'm planning another road trip around Labor Day, and I don't know where yet, but I'll let you guys know once I think of a route or where I want to go. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get one more in there in September. I might get another one in there after that, but that's what I have coming up immediately. All right, the next question is from DeAngelis Grigsby, and DeAngelis Grigsby asks, can I ask, how is your health? Has your health changed? Do I ever sleep in the front seat of my car? Because DeAngelis said that he noticed he's having trouble with his spine now since sleeping in his car, and I guess he wants to know, am I experiencing the same thing? My health is fine. I did have that full physical, and I also did the colon guard cancer thing, the one when you mail in your stuff. I did do that in May, and everything came out really well. No red flags of anything, so I was very happy about that, because prior to that I haven't had a full physical in about 3 years, so I was nervous about it, but at the same time it came out, I'm healthy according to them, so my health is fine. I never sleep in the front seat of my car. I take naps in the front seat of my car, but I never sleep overnight or have slept overnight in my car since I moved into my car. The next question is from Tina37212. And Tina asks, do you like coffee? And she also asks, when you bought your car in 2017, was it new or used? I don't like coffee at all, Tina, at all. I have tried to drink it once or twice in my life, and I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the aftertaste of it. I mean, for me to really drink coffee, I have to sweeten it down, and that's not good. So I don't like coffee. I bought my car in 2020. It was 3 years old because it's a 2017. So it was 3 years old. The next question is from Karana U, and Karana U asks, Do you ever get a hotel room because you're tired of just being in your car or the library? First, I never get tired of being in the library. Even if I take my DVD player in there and there's a ton of movies, you can just pick one out, sit in the library and watch a movie, or if you're a reader, read a book. The library is it for me. I mean, you can go there. They're open most days till 8 p.m. They open early at 9 a.m. You can go there and it's a great place to go in the wintertime to be in heat, a great place to go in the summertime to be in some air conditioning. I never get tired of being at the library. But I absolutely take hotel breaks. I think that it is a must for me personally, because it allows you to reset yourself, to be able to sleep in that big old bed for 1 or 2 nights, to just be able to get up and move about and take a nice long private shower is great. And it really resets you. You know, you go back into your car and you're ready to tackle being in your car and living in your car for however else long before you feel you need another break. But I think it is essential that you take breaks. And I got 3 free nights too. Haha! Woo! All right, Lily Ryan asks, do you have health insurance now that you are no longer working a traditional job? Yes, ma'am. I most certainly do have my own individual plan now. I tried to choose one that was best for me. I have dental as well as eyes. Now, I contemplated on getting the eye because I just now went through a few months ago and got these 2 new pair of glasses and did the eye exam. So I was contemplating it because I was like, you're gonna be paying this money for nothing for a whole year until you get another, exam and make sure nothing has changed with your eyesight and all that kind of stuff. But I went ahead and did it anyway because it wasn't that much. So yes, I do. That's important. I would imagine that a lot of car dwellers, van lifers, do not have health insurance, I'm quite sure some of them don't. But for me, it was important, I don't want to get sick or even not necessarily sick, any little minor thing. I could trip and fall and cut my hand and knee stitches or something, So yes, it's very important for me to have health insurance. All right, the next question comes from Box of Wine. And Box of Wine asks, any money tips for saving or budgeting? I really don't like the word budgeting because budgets change, I have, I guess, three things to say about savings. One is you have to want to save money. You have to want to save money. You have to believe that saving money is a good thing. And it's kind of giving you a head start or for something that unexpectedly may come up and you have the money for, or even if it's just saving for your retirement, your future. The second thing is I like to say is that saving is hard. It's hard because you have to make additional money over your essential money that you need to take care of your bills, your kids, or whatever, your house or whatever. You have to make above that amount. And I think that's where a lot of people may struggle with saving money is because they don't make a lot over what their essential needs are. And it's hard. It's really hard to do. And my last thought on saving money is money management. There are many people out in the world that make that additional money, but make poor choices with that money and don't save it. So money management, you have to want to save it, and you have to make additional money to save, because that's where you save. You save your additional money. Like for instance, when I did overtime, that was additional money for me to save. So it's tricky. It takes discipline. It takes longevity. You have to You know, you have to want to do it. Alrighty. I don't like to use the word budget. I like to more or less say take control over your spendings. Take control over your spendings, Anthony. And then, you know, as long as you're not spending a large amount as opposed to what you're putting in, you're good to go. The way my finances are situated now, I have 3 categories. I have my savings, which the majority of my money goes to. I have my travel, because I'm traveling. I'm getting my travel on. And I have my essentials. That's my bill money. I have 3 categories of where my money is situated. All right, the next question is from Rick's Gypsy. And Rick's Gypsy asked, I was wondering, oh, wait a minute, go back. Okay, I'll finish with that one and I skip one and then I'll go back. Asked, I was wondering, have you thought about relocating to another state? I have not. I have not thought about relocating to another state because I've mentioned this before. I have everything situated here in PA. You know, my license, my address, everything is situated. For me to relocate, I would have to do all those things over again. So in a way, PA is going to be my home base. Whether I go somewhere for a month or 2 months, I'm always going to come back here to PA in this little small town that I love and reset and do whatever for however long before. But, you know, this is my home base here in PA. So I don't think I will. Now, at least the next 5.5 years. When I retire officially at 62, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that that's going to change my location. But for the next 5.5 years, PA in this small town is going to be my home base. Now let's go back to PJ Jacks. And PJ Jacks asked, do you ever get lonely out there? I'm a loner and I've been feeling lonely lately. I never get lonely. I never get lonely because I think the way that I'm living now suits my personality. I'm someone who does not mind spending time or being by myself. I don't mind doing things by myself. And I love the fact that if I want to be around people, I can be around people, especially now where I am in my life. I can pick up and go and visit people or do whatever for however long. So I don't get lonely. And especially with today's technology, when you can FaceTime people, you know, there's no reason why you should feel lonely, in my opinion, because you can still reach out to people and see people. You don't have to actually be in their physical presence, you know. Now, unless you don't have any family or any friends and, you know, sometimes you feel bummed out and you want to be around somebody and you don't have that someone, I can understand that situation. But my personal situation, I never get lonely. I so enjoy spending time by myself. You guys know I've said it time and time on this channel that I have a low tolerance for people, and where I am now, I have totally taken every equation out of me having to be around people. I have 100% control over when I want to be around people. Now, I don't mean there's people at the grocery store, people at the laundromat. I don't mean that kind of stuff, you know. Come on. All right. So the next question is from Ellie Matt. And Ellie Matt asks, do you exercise? If so, what do you do and how often? Look, I have a love-hate relationship with exercising. There are time periods where I go and I'm motivated to go, and then there are time periods where I'm just as content as can be walking into that gym, taking a shower, and leaving right back out. And that's where I am right now. Hopefully soon I'm going to snap back into getting into the gym and exercising, but right now I go in, I take a shower, I come back out, and I'll get my day going. So I do not exercise as of now. All right, Time Out with Tiffany asks, sometimes you seem sad or in deep thought. What do you do for self-care to maintain mental health? Tiffany, I'm never sad. I'm never sad. And yes, at times I am in deep thought because I am a thinker, a lot of times an overthinker. And me personally, I believe that, especially at my age and with such a short period of time before retirement and everything, I'm always thinking about not the next few years that's coming up, but after retirement, when I officially retire. I am always thinking of, okay, Anthony, where are you going to live? What type of housing you're going to have? And that occupies a lot of my thought process, you know. So many of you have said, you know, have you ever thought about a tiny home? Or any of those things, and I say give the same answer, but those answers can change once I get much closer to retirement, or even after I retire at 62. So yeah, I'm never sad, but yes, you know, and that's why I come on here when I'm in thought. I come on here, I share my thoughts because I know that I get, you know, encouraged, inspiration, you know, kept on track, you know. So no, I'm never sad, but I think a lot. All right, Lana Campbell Moore asks, what's your favorite thing to cook and eat? My favorite thing, I feel like I forgot something. I feel like I forgot one, but let me see. My favorite thing to cook and eat, without a doubt, is curry chicken and rice. I absolutely love it. And I fix it often, and I love it. So curry chicken and rice is my favorite thing to fix and eat. It's not my favorite food though, but it's my favorite food to cook. And my favorite food is pizza and rice. Not together, but pizza and rice. All right, Tori Hunter asks, how did you come up with the total amount of money you wanted to save before quitting your job? What I did was I wrote down what my expenses would be once I live in the car. I wrote down, and then I added a few $100s to that, probably more than a few hundred. And I wanted to have enough money for 2 years. 2 years. And that's 2 years without working, you know. I wanted to still have enough money to be able to travel a little bit. And that is if I chose not to work, if I chose not to have a part-time job. Because when I was thinking about leaving my job, which was frequent, I always thought, okay, I don't want to not be able to do things because I'm basically would be living off my savings. So I took that into account and added like hundreds of dollars to that so that I would be able to do that. And I came up with that number, and that number is over the number that I actually came up with. So I just threw in some extra. And this reminds me of my friend and I. We had so many conversations about that, and she would always ask me, why that amount? Why that amount? And I could never have an answer for her. And then I just was like, okay, I added everything up, and you know, I want to be able to do this and do that, and you know, so we've had some conversations about that. The next question comes from Integrity Ines. I think that's how you pronounce that. And they ask, do you see yourself as homeless? I do not see myself as homeless, because when I personally think of homeless, I think of people that is actually living out on the streets and they have no money, and you know, it's kind of hard for them to find food and get food to eat. If I'm considered homeless, it's a luxury homeless, I guess, because I live in my car. I live outside, but I live inside, if that makes any sense. You know, I live outside, yes, I can live on and park on any street or whatever, but I'm inside. I have a vehicle to live in. So I do not feel homeless at all. The next question is from Sasha Fuller, and Sasha asks, why don't you wear your mustache and beard out? It looks very nice. Simply because it itches. It itches, and I just and I like the smooth look. a lot better, so much better. I like the smooth look. Now I think I skipped over a question, but let me go back and see. I did. I think I did. If not, it's going to be a repeat. This question is from Kevin Washington, and Kevin asks, for all us folks that love to eat, I need to know your top 5 restaurants that would get a certified wowzer from. Now, I could not think of 5 whatsoever. I don't know why I could not think of 5, but I'm gonna tell you the ones that I thought of. My favorite restaurant is Maggiano's, the Italian restaurant. I get the same thing, the baked ziti. Oh my gosh. Wowzer. That ziti comes out there, that gooey cheese, that, oh my gosh. It's always piping hot. Never, Maggiano's never let me down. I love, and I've been to 3 different Maggiano's. The one in Orlando, Florida, the one in Columbus, Maryland, near Baltimore, and I also been to the one up in King of Prussia. No, did I go to that one? I did not go to that one. I've only been to 2. And another restaurant that I like is, whoa, don't go nowhere. The other one that I like is, and most of these places, or all of these places, I have like a signature dish that I go to, is Red Lobster. I love that Cajun chicken linguine with a side of cheddar bay biscuits. Love that Cajun chicken linguine. It is so good. And another one that I like in that same restaurant kind of category as Red Lobster is Applebee's. I love the Bourbon Street steak. It comes with some roasted potatoes on this sizzling hot plate. Oh my gosh, so good. And they season that steak to perfection. It is so good. Now, there is a dish at the Cheesecake Factory that I like, a chicken finger dish, and it comes with like succotash and some other little sides to it. I think like some mashed potatoes, red peeled mashed potatoes. Oh, that's so good too when they make it right. That's been a hit and miss, and sometimes depending on which Cheesecake Factory I go to. But I rarely do fancy restaurants. As a matter of fact, I don't care to do fancy restaurants, because to me, fancy restaurants is all about presentation as opposed to the portions. And I don't want no pretty food. I want some good food and hearty food and a good portion of food. You can leave that little green little mess up out of there, the little swirl sauce. No, I want some good hearty food. All right, guys and my friends, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys. You know that. I apologize if I did not get to your question, because there were so many of them. And I'll see you guys the next time.